Hi everyone, my name is Satyam Raha. In this video, let's talk about final keyword in Java. So, in Java, you can use the final keywords in three different ways. The first way is in making constants. So, say I have a simple variable, integer variable with a value initialized to 10. Now, if I say want to print this value, so it will print 10, right? So in the console you have 10, right? Fine. So say if I want to modify it to 80, so the print statement should print 80. Yes, it's printing, so it is fine and it is normal, right? Why? Because a is a variable, so its value can be changed. But if I now use the final keyword with this, I cannot modify the value once it is initialized. Okay, see, there is an error saying the final local variable a cannot be assigned. That means once it is initialized, I cannot update it. Now for example, say I did not initialize it, what will happen? The error goes. So if I run this code, it works fine with the value as 80 in the output. What does it mean? It means that once a final variable is initialized, you cannot reinitialize it or you cannot reassign it. For example, here a equal to 10, once initialized, you cannot modify the value. So it works as a constant. Okay, fine. So this is the first use. Let's now see the second use of final keyword. It's with methods. So I can use the final keyword with methods if I want that a method should not be overridden. For that I need to have, let's say, class A, okay, and say class B that extends class A. Okay, so basically the two other uses of final can be demonstrated with inheritance. Okay, so let's say I have a function called show, right? And let's say I am printing here in, say, in class A, right? And I have say if this is the case, let's say class B is empty, it's only extending A, then what will happen? The show function, the show method will get inherited by class B. So now if I create an object of B, say B obj equal to new B, okay, and now if I call show, if I want to access show, it will be accessed, right, without any error, because the property show is already inherited by class B. So if I execute this code, so in class A, that is fine. Now let's say I want to override the show method in class B. What can I do? I can redefine it with void show, right? And inside this maybe I can write in class B, right? So this is fine. This is simple concept of overriding, right? So if I execute this in class B, since this is an object of B and show is overridden, right? So this is fine. Now if I say do not want this show method to be overridden, what I can do is I can make it final. So if I make it final, what will happen? If I make this method show as final, what will happen? It cannot be further overridden by any of the subclasses. See, there is an error saying, what is the error? Cannot override the final method from A. Okay, so if you make a method as final, it cannot be overridden. It cannot be overridden, right? It will be inherited, no issue, but it will not be overridden. You cannot override it in any of the subclasses, right? This is the second use. Now let's see what is the third use. Third use is, say for example here class B is extending class A, isn't it? So if I do not want this class A to be inherited by any of the other classes, I can make it final. What is the meaning? If I make this class A as final, what will happen? It cannot be inherited. it cannot be further inherited by any other class. Okay, see the error. The type B cannot subclass the final class A. That means since this class is final, it cannot be inherited. Now if I do not make this final, and if I make class B as final, what will happen? Nothing will happen, right? Because no other class is inheriting the properties of class B. Now say if I want to, this is multi-level inheritance, right? So if I say have a class C which tries to extend class B, right? What will happen? This is an error. Extend, sorry, extends. This is an error. What is the error? That type C cannot subclass the final class B, because B is made final. It cannot be further inherited. Okay, so these are the three uses of the final keyword in Java. Hope you understood, and see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.